Beautiful people, welcome back to Around the World with Steven. Welcome if you're new, and if you're returning, I appreciate you. Worldies and travelers, how are you all doing? Hey, I hope everybody is doing great today. Let me know. Are you enjoying the holidays coming up? Are you feeling festive? Let me know. Put it in the comments how you're feeling. Hey, I'm super excited. Doing this BTS solo project, which is one BTS member reacting to 3 songs from each member, has really taught me something, bro. There are a lot of concepts that are deeper than what I even see in my first reactions to them. Like in Jin's 3 songs, I realized that most of you had told me that I'd missed a certain portion. I didn't wait for one of the songs to end. For SUGA, some of you told me that I had missed the trilogy. I reacted to Amygdala before Higum. Higum had to come before Amygdala. So, I'm like, no way. Why? But then wonderful people told me, you know what? There's a lot of explanations on YouTube, like DKDKTV. There are other explanations on YouTube. I'm like, okay, you know what? In my quest to know these guys and their wonderful and amazing talents and how they put these songs together, why not check out some of the meanings to the songs? Yeah, that sounded like a good idea. So we're going to check out the meaning of SUGA song. Now, this is the meaning of Daechwita, and it's by DKDKTV. It says Agust D Daechwita, explained by a Korean. Yeah, we need that. I need that. Yeah, I'm super happy to see this. So please do all to like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you want. Is this something that interests you? Because yeah, we can learn it all together. And if somebody is new to an army or a baby army like myself, they can see these reactions and then learn more like I am learning. So let's get into it. This is DKDKTV. Daechwita, explained by a Korean. Oh, I'm pumped for this. Hold up. The visuals were crazy. I remember. Oh, I loved it. All right, let's get this.
SUGA delivered another hard-hitting mixtape titled D2. The first Agust D album, released in 2016, focused on the tough times SUGA faced when he was a teenager. SUGA's at a very different place now. He's much older and he's much more successful. And this album focuses on the changes of his feelings after becoming one of music's biggest superstars.
Wow, that is interesting. Didn't know that. So I think Bora CD had touched on this in one of her documentaries about BTS, that you can see their progress. When they were young, you could see their albums talking about youth, teens and stuff like that. And once they're growing old, you see the maturity and growth in their album. And it corresponds with where they are now and how they see life now. Now, when she said that, I thought it was the group as a whole. Didn't know it was their solo careers as well. So, wow, this is good to know.
It's a very honest album, and my personal favorite off of this is the title track, Daechwita. It's an ultimate flex track / warning / reminder with tons of historical references, so let's take a look into it.
How do you say Daechwita? Ooh, I said it so different. Yeah, definitely it's a flex track, and there were a lot of symbolisms I missed. I know I missed a lot, so I'm happy to learn this. Oh boy. You better run away.
Yeah.
The way he enters with this song, it is like no other, bro. I think I mentioned it in the reaction. The way it enters, it's different. He doesn't give you room to breathe. There's nothing like like rappers do. No, 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 no. That shit, that shit. Bro, imagine hitting weights and listening to this. This is like creatine in your system. Yeah.
Daechwita is Korean traditional marching music that was played when kings or royalty were moving about or important guests would visit, as well as when army would be marching. There are two main characters in this music video, a king SUGA and a bottom class SUGA.
Whoa! Oh, I did not know that. I thought it was King SUGA, and this is like mafioso SUGA, like somebody who's ready to take your head off. And Daechwita is songs that are played for kings, and so it's kind of like a traditional song to play for kings and guests, like high royalty. Oh, that's amazing.
In this music video, a king SUGA and a bottom class SUGA. We can see that the king SUGA is a tyrant. He has everyone kneeling down with the faces down in the ground. And he beheads people who have complaints in this scene. You can see the Shinmungo here. People in the Joseon dynasty would hit this drum if they had something that they've been wronged. They'd hit this drum and the king or someone up in the hierarchy would come and sort out their problems. Except here, King SUGA is killing the people who have such complaints and issues. But the bottom class SUGA,
it makes sense. I didn't even catch this. So this is like the quote unquote, the prop head of the person whose head's chopped off. And then you see these people here.
The hierarchy would come and sort out their problems. Except here, King SUGA is killing the people who have such complaints.
You see them, all of them. Like, you can't talk. It is his kingdom. You can talk. He's a tyrant. He is about to chop all of them off.
And issues. But the bottom class SUGA, with the help of BTS and ARMY represented by the 6 other men and a woman in the scene, starts a coup. He drives up a car with the men representing BTS and also a cute painting of Bang PD. By the way, this painting has its origins in a Jungkook drawing of Bang PD. It's pretty funny. The king SUGA sees this and gives a thumbs down and captures the bottom class SUGA. The king SUGA wants to kill him and does this graceful sword dance, which apparently SUGA learned in 2 days. Meanwhile, bottom class SUGA...
Oh, I'm about to pause a lot. I am about to pause. This is fascinating, bro. Okay, so he was a tyrant, went there with BTS and ARMY to destroy the system because this tyrant is going crazy. He learned a sword dance, dancing with a real sword in 2 days. Dancing with a real sword in 2 days, bro. I'm about to go crazy with this breakdown. Oh, shout out DKDKTV, man.
Comes down and captures the bottom class SUGA. The king SUGA wants to kill him and does this graceful sword dance, which apparently SUGA learned in 2 days.
Damn.
Meanwhile, bottom class SUGA, blindfolded and tied down, starts headbanging, singing Daechwita. Remember how I told you that Daechwita was played when kings were about, or when the army would be marching? The bottom class SUGA singing this is an announcement that he is actually the real king. He feels like he's the king.
Makes sense. That's why everybody here that has been captured is also head bopping to him, with him. So I've been captured, but I'm the real king. I'm singing Daechwita, which is a song sung for kings, and I am the new king here. And they're acknowledging it. He's starting a revolt. Oh my God. I did not even know this. I did not know this.
The people under the king, the very ones that were kneeling to him in the beginning, are now joining SUGA, headbanging with him. This Daechwita is also for them. These kneeling people are armies marching together with the bottom class SUGA. At the end, the executioner who was supposed to take down the bottom class SUGA actually frees him and gives him a gun. Bottom class SUGA grabs this and shoots the king. I think the MV and the song is a metaphor for BTS and ARMY taking down the existing system and the ruling forces of the industry. The King SUGA represents the system, the existing system, the few powerful companies that had control over the industry before BTS came to the scene.
Talk about a well-crafted message. Talk about a well put together message. Yo, I am so impressed. I am so impressed. It tells the BTS story so well. There was a system where the big industry, the big three, were controlling everything. And then BTS came into the scene, and we've seen time and time again. I reacted to a lot of videos telling how BTS had to struggle, how they were ostracized, how they were criticized, how they were booted to the side. They couldn't even perform in certain stages. Matter of fact, BTS had an opportunity when one group failed to show up, and they were like, yeah, we'll perform, we'll perform. You know, some of the scenes were cut. So it's like they came to the system, they were unconventional. We don't have a big record label supporting us. We're coming in, you know? And then they were at the bottom and they were gathering this army. Daechwita, just one step at a time, one step at a time. And they got the gun and took the whole system down. Now, if people are talking about K-pop and want to argue for K-pop, they use the name BTS. The label was almost bankrupt. SUGA. That was the video?
Bottom class SUGA is SUGA himself in a small company with basically nothing, as if he was born into a bottom class, and winning the people over, eventually taking down the king with BTS and armies. I think SUGA picked the perfect motif to convey his message. And if you look at the historical references, you'll be more amazed at how clever this all is. Well, this single verse has a lot to unpack, but let's just start with this line. The Joseon Dynasty, which is most likely where the song is set in, had a strict class system where there was a heavy discrimination based on which class you were born into. Slaves were not even considered human. They would be traded in cases their owners didn't have enough money, and they were thought of more as just things.
Bro, I'm about to flip out. I'm about to flip over my table. Yo, I took the lyrics as just lyrics. Not just lyrics. I took it as, oh yeah, he's bragging, man. I was a slave, but I'm a king. I'm from this territory, whatever. Bro, it has a whole history to it. He relays a message like as though he's from this history and now he became a king. And there's a whole history. Yo, I have a whole new meaning for this song. Bro, I have goosebumps. I did not understand the song, I admit. Oh my goodness. You've got to be kidding me, bro.
Think about the mistreatment that BTS received earlier on in their careers. They faced heavy discrimination due to them being from a small company, and they were mistreated. So it's easy to understand why SUGA called himself a slave here. Slaves in Joseon were almost completely blocked off from advancing to higher classes, so for a slave to become a king is basically impossible. But SUGA's saying he made it happen. The following line is a reference to Kwanghae-gun, the king of Joseon Dynasty in the 17th century. He developed paranoia while in power and notoriously became violent and reckless. Hence the line, Berserk Tiger, Kwanghae Flow. But I think there are more reasons SUGA referenced Kwanghae in the lyrics, especially if you consider what his life was like.
Whoa, bro. Okay, so wow, a lot to unpack. So that's the king, and if you look at the music video, he associates or he acts like the king. He was paranoid. You come with him with any complaints, he's chopping your head off. And that is dictatorship for you, tyranny, right? The person at the top is paranoid that he'll be overthrown because they know what they're doing definitely is not good, and they know people are not happy. And so they're paranoid that at any point in time there could be an overthrow. It happens to most dictators, right? So instead of listening to the people, instead of solving issues, they take the easy way out, which is inhumane, which is wicked, which is cutting off the people, like taking their lives from them, right? Now, an unalived person can't complain, you know? That is how wicked they get. So this king, who was an actual king, is the King SUGA in the video. The tyranny, everybody was bowing. Wow. I'm going to watch the video after this again. I'm telling you.
Kwanghae-gun had a very roller coaster of a life. Originally, he was a war hero, defending Joseon against the Japanese invasion of 1592, one of the biggest wars in Korean history. His father, who was then king, had fled when the war broke out, and the 18-year-old Prince Kwanghae led Joseon troops in the battlefield. Rarely at this time did kings or to-be kings go out into the battlefield themselves. So Kwanghae, fighting with the people, won their hearts over, and there were movements to throne him as the king instead of his father. The father felt threatened by this, so he made a lot of political efforts to stop Kwanghae from gaining influence.
Just on the side tangent, his father is, I don't know if this is even respectful to say, his father is an idiot, bro. You ran when there was battle. Battle calmed down, and you want to make rules now? Yeah, you crazy. But most dictators, like if you look at them, they did something to gain the trust of the people. They either created and enacted laws. They either gave people shelter, food. They created a lot of interventions to help the people, so they gained the trust of the people. And when they gain power, they become tyrannies, right? They become dictators. So it looks like this 18-year-old guy whose daddy ditched him because he had no balls at all. Well, he didn't even have a ball sack. He's a coward, ditched him. This 18-year-old guy led them to World War I. And I think that's how he gained the trust of the people. This is fascinating. SUGA, I'm sorry I underreacted to your song. Wow.
Eventually, Kwanghae became stuck between two large political powers, and this struggle eventually made Kwanghae go paranoid and become violent and reckless. Ultimately, he was dethroned after a coup. I think SUGA somewhat relates to Kwanghae, as he himself had been through a tough adolescence, having to go out into the battlefield at an early age, just like Kwanghae did. He was an idol with no money, from a small company stuck in an industry dominated by big corporations. When SUGA started winning battles and gaining power, he must felt a lot of efforts from the existing big powers to keep him away from the throne, like what Kwanghae experienced from his father when the people wanted him to become the king. SUGA mentions putting his past in the rice chest. For many Koreans, the word Twiju, or rice chest, is strongly connected to the tragic story of Sadoseja, which involves him dying in a rice chest. Sadoseja was the son of then King Yeongjo, and his father was extremely harsh on him, humiliating him and scolding him in front of others at a very early age. This became so severe that Sadoseja attempted to commit suicide a few times, but even then, he was treated terribly. He developed what modern doctors diagnose as bipolar disorder and began acting very violently. Eventually, the king ended up hating Sadoseja so much that he orders Sadoseja to go into a rice chest. 사도세자 went in, and he was stuck inside for 8 days and eventually starved to death. 사도세자 had a troubled life, filled with being humiliated and mistreated, and mental health issues just not being understood. SUGA has been pretty open about his mental health issues he had when he was growing up, and I think he relates to 사도세자. He sees himself in him. He says he's put
Man, oh man, bro, this is not even a joke. This SUGA gave us a whole history lesson. He gave us history lessons and related it to what actually happened with BTS's history. He correlated BTS's history with actual history that happened. And if you look at Saji, his name was, when he was ordered into the rice chest, whatever he went through, the pain he went through, the trauma, the ostracization, the bad treatment he went through, the mental health issue, bipolar, whatever it was, SUGA could relate, and he picked that person out as, yeah, I'm writing you in my raps to convey a message of this is how I felt. Wow.
putting his past in the rice chest. It's a declaration that he's putting the old troubled Yoongi, the 사도세자 Yoongi, behind and looking at what's ahead of him. In the second verse, SUGA focuses more on how he's now on the throne and he's better than everybody else. SUGA directly name drops Bang PD and also takes a shot at other artists who do drugs thinking that they write better music while they're high. I won't name any names here, but I'm sure you can think of an artist or a few artists for that matter that will be at the butt end of this. Some in bigger companies, in fact.
Ooh, boy!
The diss aside.
Ooh boy, definitely ooh boy, bro. Oh my goodness. First verse was how he climbed the throne. Second verse was him on the throne. He's giving all of you the middle finger. You think popping pills is what's making you alive. Man, cry me a river. I don't care. It makes sense. It makes sense. Screw all of you. And especially those underground artists that dissed him and RM in that press conference saying, you guys wear makeup, you guys are like girls, what name is SUGA, what name is RM, like all that stupid stuff. I think is all part of this stuff. Now SUGA is king. Come get your hair chopped off. You crazy. Woo.
This line is also a glimpse into Bang PD's relationship with BTS. In a typical company, it'd be extremely difficult to even mention the name of your boss this openly without putting the honorifics 님, especially considering how much a veteran and how much older Bang PD is compared to BTS. However, SUGA name drops Bang PD as if he was his friend. We can sense that there is a very close bond and assume that Bang PD is very democratic with BTS. The fact that SUGA is talking of Bang PD so casually is a flex of its own to others, as it's a sign that BTS has become so big and valuable to the company that he's at level with Bang PD.
Oh, makes sense. Makes sense. But also, I think there's a level of, he's trying to show that there's a level of camaraderie between them, the artist, and Bang PD, because they've been through a lot, right? We know what they've been through. And also, Bang PD has supported these guys when he had nothing. So it's more like, okay, it's more like not really he's like on his level, but he is showing that they can relate, they relate as family, like more than a boss and his employees or a manager and artist. It's more like, we relate as friends now. Because in the Korean system, the South Korean system, age and seniority and honor and respect is huge. Nuna, just you know them, the seniority terms. I forgot, but yeah, all these terms are to signify age. So it's like, yeah, calling Bang PD out like that is like, yeah, we're cool with him. He's super cool with us. Wow.
Now this is an interesting bit. Here SUGA uses the Korean word hyunta. Hyunta is an interesting Korean slang that is used all around the internet. Directly translated as wise man's time, it is a word to describe the feeling you get right after you've ejaculated, yes, ejaculated, and you feel no more sexual urges and you have a moment of clarity in your brain. You feel still, present, and sometimes disappointed.
What's it called? Hanta? Oh no, I better shut up. I better shut up. I better shut up.
The short moment of satisfaction was all you got, and you worked so hard for it. This slang originated from Japan, but it has become a staple in Korean everyday language, and it is widely used in everyday life outside of sexual situations. Usually in situations when you finally got what you dearly wanted, and you wonder, that was it? SUGA's saying he's feeling extreme hyunta because he has it all. He has money, he has clothes, he has everything he ever wanted, and there's nothing, no one above him. While this could be considered a small cry for help, I think within the context of this song, it's more of a hard flex. He's saying, others can only dream of what I have, but now I got everything and I feel bored and disappointed. But you won't know how I feel because you never had any of this.
Yeah, I think it's more of a flex. I think it's more of a flex, 100%. Because the whole song is flexing on, yeah, we're going to destroy the system. We destroyed the system. We took down the system. I'm the king now. And I feel hunter because, well, I'm at the pinnacle. There's nowhere up but here. It's more of a flex than a cry for help, I think. Sticking with the theme of the song, right? And also the chorus, Daechwita, like, he's the king. He's singing the king song. So it's more like a flex at that point. SUGA put this whole thing together magnificently. Bro.
BTS has been on the top for the past few years, absolutely dominating, with a level of popularity that has never been seen in K-pop before. They're so dominant that it's sometimes easy to forget that they too had humble beginnings. In fact, more humble than most top artists out now today. They had to fight their way through discrimination, mistreatment, and humiliation.
Oh, and they still do. They still do. Bro, the Western world is kicking them in the nuts, like with the Grammy thing, and some people throwing shades at them every chance they get, like opening their mouths and spewing garbage upon garbage at BTS. I mean, it is still there, but yeah, I mean, previously it was just disgusting. No respect at all. Like, it was crazy.
They had to fight their way through discrimination, mistreatment, and humiliation. Daechwita is a reminder that this was where they started, and they took that system down. And it's also a warning that they had the resilience and the force to go through all of this, to go from slave to king. If you want us to make more videos like this, supporting us on patreon.com/DKDKTV helps us a lot. These explain videos get copyright claimed, thus we make no money off of them, 0 cents. So please consider supporting us on patreon.com/DKDKTV. For just a cup of coffee a month, you can get exclusive content and also help us continue our careers. And until next time, bye-bye.
DKDKTV. Wow. Wow. What a way to explain this. I mean, what a way to break this down. He did it so diligently. Please follow him if you haven't. Like him, their content, follow their Patreon. This is magnificent. It's giving me a whole new respect and a whole new meaning to the song. And now watching the music video is going to hit different. Because I have it in my head now what the whole concept is about. It is different when you're reacting to a song and you're trying to think about what the meanings are and you're not getting some nuances in there. And right after you find out what it means, it's like, yeah, I want to go watch it again. I want to go watch it again. That is how I'm feeling right now. I feel like I want to go watch it again. Wow, what did you think about it? Put it in the comments. This was phenomenal. I like this breakdown so much. Did DKDKTV have other breakdowns? Bro, I want to dive deep into it. I really do. Armies, show DKDKTV some love. Let me know what you thought about this in the comments. Thank you all for your support, your love. Oh boy, I can't wait to see if they have any other thing I could watch and get the meaning off. I love you all so much. Peace.
Tune in, hit play, let's take a ride around the world with Steven, we worldwide. Stories so wild, they keep you hooked. Subscribe and share, come take a look. Reacting to the stories, the crazy, the real. With every new video, we bring the thrill. From mysteries to drama, we cover it all. Join the fam, let's have a ball. From dark tales to